And, you know, I've heard people compare this to tobacco vanille. What? What? One more time. What? No, I don't get that at all. Hi, everyone. It's me again, Moody Boo, and I am back with the top 10 list this time. I almost broke it up into 2 parts because you know how I like to chat. But I'm going to try to knock this out in one video. And I have 2 honorable mentions, like I do. All right, so let's, oh, I should tell you what this top 10 list, what it is. Honey, my top 10 honeys that I have in my collection. That, well, and not all of these I actually have. One of the honorable mentions I do not have, but it had to be in this list, at least mentioned. So let's get started. So my first honorable mention for my honey, top 10 honeys, is Bee by Zoologist. And that is beeswax, ginger, orange, mimosa, heliotrope, broom, orange blossom, benzoin, vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood, labdanum, and musk. And for me, Bee is probably the purest form of aroma, honey aroma, out of all of these that I have in any perfume that I've actually smelled. And I do adore it. But I just am always wanting a little more whenever I test that perfume out, because I have a few card samples of it. And yeah, it's almost for me more like a honey cream or something. And I just need a little woods, a little spice, a little sexy, little something. And even though all those notes sound wonderful, I only get the honey for the most part, a honey cream almost. And it's gorgeous. And I'll probably end up with it one of these days. Besides, the bottle's really cool. So my next honorable mention would have absolutely been on the list, but for one aspect, and that's the fact that the whole perfume company, it seems like, has gone out of business. I could barely find the notes. I really had to research before I could find the notes to it. So yeah, when I tried to look it up on its old website, it says this domain name is for sale. So I'm thinking they're not in business anymore. And this perfume is by the Beehive, and this is Honey Blossom. I don't know where the name is. There it is. Can you see that? Oh, I love this stuff. Why they're out of business, I don't know. So the notes are tea, lemon, mandarin, sambac, jasmine, orchid, freesia, exotic melon, and black pepper, vanilla, amber, and patchouli. This is a very fun, lighthearted, sweet, honey, a bit floral kind of a perfume. There is nothing really, there's nothing really dramatic about it. There's nothing profound about it by any way, shape, or form. It's just this beautiful, sweet, honey, floral, gorgeous, gorgeous, gourmand floral, I should say, perfume. It's so pretty, and it really performs well too. So does Bee from Zoologist for me. And when I say performs well, I'm talking at least 7 hours. Unless it's a freshy summer perfume, then 6 hours is pretty acceptable. But I like a perfume, when I say it performs good, I need it to last me all day. And that's pretty much an 8-hour span of time. So 7, 8 hours and up is usually I consider pretty good. So I have no idea where I got this. I have no idea what the price is for it or was for it. I think it's supposed to be geared towards feminine personalities. It's so fun and it's so frivolous that I can't help but fall in love with this. This is just, it's a beautiful perfume. But it's an honorable mention because you can't get it anymore. And I would hate to put something on my top 10 list that's impossible to get. And this is pretty much impossible to get. I just rediscovered it this year and I really love it. I really, really love it. So, okay. Now on to the top 10s. I'm not sure which one I like the best, so I'm not going to put these in any order. I still love L'Occitane. Their prices are crazy good. They have at least one of my all-time absolute favorite perfumes, Amber. And this one's really close. And this is a backup bottle. You can't buy this anymore. It's out of production, but you can find it if you look for it on like a Mercari or Poshmark or something like that. And that's Miel and Citron. Oh my God. It's so good. What the hell language was that? Anyway, this is lemon and cinnamon and honey and caramel and vanilla and patchouli. And it's another one that isn't profound. It's just a sweet, fresh honey that dries down and gets a little earthy with that patch when it comes in. Performance on this is okay. I get about 6 hours, but I usually wear this in the spring. I don't waste this in the wintertime or anything where I'd need to give more than 2 sprays. I usually only wear this very specifically in the springtime. This is like my reward for making it through winter, is getting to wear this for a couple of weeks. Before I put the cap on and very carefully put it back where it belongs until the next springtime. Yes, I covet it. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. There's, like I said, nothing that's, you know, mind-boggling or super unique about it. It's just the way they put it together and the proportions they put it together is perfection, in my opinion. To have a honey list and not have this perfume on it seemed really wrong. So I had to. And that's Ginestet by Botrytis. Love this stuff. I covet this stuff too. I don't know why, because it's still for sale and it's not even that spendy. But I just, every time I look at this bottle, I'm always afraid they're going to reformulate it or change the bottle or something. And I love this bottle. I don't know what it is about it, but I absolutely love it. And it's round. It's like, I hate those kind of bottles, but I love this one. I don't know why. It's a weird thing. It even has its own little silk pouch. Problem was, I couldn't see the bottle. I stored it in that damn silk pouch for, well, since I got it for like, I don't know, 3-4 years. Maybe not quite. Yeah, no, probably. And I never wore it because it was in that pretty little pouch. So I needed to bring it out, and I have been wearing it since then. Just sparingly, because I do covet it. And this is honey and dried fruits and gingerbread, grapes, amber, quince, and white flowers. And for me, it's almost, it smells like a honey, fruity tobacco to me. I don't know if Fragrantica is accurate because you know how that goes. But I think they're pretty close here. The only thing I would add is like some tobacco. And then, yeah. And maybe even a little woods. I think that it gets the air of being more worthy. Yeah, that's a word. It's a new one. Look it up. A little more earthy, a little warmer when it dries down. Because it almost, like I said, it's like this, and not necessarily pipe tobacco. It isn't super sweet. It's super unisex. But it's almost like this vanilla, dried fruit kind of tobacco smell to me. I truly get that, at least at first. Oh, it almost has a hint of boozy to it too. It's so pretty. There's so many facets to this perfume, and I just love it. And hardly anybody talks about it, and I don't get that. Because look at the bottle, right? I don't know why I like it. It's perfect in my hand too. There I go whispering again. Told you, weird things. All right. So, performance really good for me on this. I get every bit of 7-8 hours. I wear this usually Fall, winter, not as much because it isn't a powerhouse. I usually do fall specifically with this perfume because I would have to spray more because like I said, it's not a beast mode kind of perfume. It's much more polite than that, but it does perform really well. Oh my God, I can smell it in the air. It's so good. Oh, and this is, I think, a formal honey perfume. This one is not super gourmand. It's not super fruity. It's not anything like that. It's really a nice honey, semi-sweet, earthy kind of a perfume. So, and I think formal is where you would wear this normally. Me, no, I don't make rules for when I wear things, except for if it's work related. That's pretty much the only formal stuff I do though. Wow, I don't really do anything formal. Pretty much everything I do, I can do in jeans and a t-shirt. Ginestet, Botrytis. Next. Oh, another one I had to put on the list. Discovered this year, I think just started this year, is Navitus Virtues. Oh, I love this stuff. Oh, it's just this sweet, spicy, honey tobacco kind of a smell. It's gorgeous. It's nutmeg, cardamom, davana, saffron, bergamot, honey, cinnamon, fig nectar, mango, beeswax, clary sage, tobacco, vanilla, patchouli, benzoin, labdanum, driftwood, musk, and ambergris. Oh, it's so pretty. And, you know, I've heard people compare this to tobacco vanille. What? What? One more time. What? No, I don't get that at all. This one isn't nearly as thick, sweet, beastly tobacco kind of a thing. I mean, it's heavy. In fact, when I've worn it tobacco vanille before, people have said I smell like candy, like vanilla candy. Don't really even get the tobacco. This one you get the tobacco. And that's why I like this one better than tobacco vanille. Tobacco vanille I love, don't get me wrong, but I like this one better. It's, like I said, a spicy, sweet, honeyed tobacco kind of an aroma. For me, it doesn't have a big up and down. It's fairly linear. Oh, but when it dries down, you do get a little bit of like musky and a little bit of dryness in there. I'm assuming is from the driftwood, but oh, it's gorge. So very unisex. I think this really, I've worn this year round. I wore it in cool summer nights, on cool summer nights. I wore it in the fall. I'm wearing it going into winter. It does well. Now the performance is polite. I get in cold temperatures. Now during summer nights, I got closer to like 7 hours, 8 hours, I think, somewhere in there, if I recall. But during cooler temperatures, it doesn't last quite so long. So it's more like 6 hours, 6.5, somewhere in there is usually what I get out of it. But it's so pretty. It's, I think, very formal. It can be fun. It can be frisky. It's a versatile perfume and I love it. All right, next up. I'm trying to just do an abbreviated little review on these because otherwise, you know, this thing's going to be an hour long and we'll all be bored by then. So, oh, next one is Gold Night by Kilian. I like this one better than Woman in Gold. I prefer the Gold Night and this is the one I usually wear. I love this stuff. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's anise, bergamot, honey, vanilla, and patchouli. And you honestly get every one of those notes. It has just a hint of black licorice-ness in there. It's not heavy with the anise to me. The patchouli and the vanilla and the honey and all of those notes are so well blended that I don't really pick out one. If I think about anise, then I detect it. But none of them, in my opinion, are trying to outplay the other. They all play nice together in the schoolyard. It's very unisex, obviously. I think this one's supposed to be geared towards men, but this is the one I usually wear. I do love woman in gold too, though. This is formal. Most of Kilian's perfumes are, though, pretty formal. It can be definitely risky. Woo, yes, and fun. I would absolutely wear this going out and having a good time. This one performs really well for me. I get at least 8 hours out of it. And some of Kilian's, like one of my favorite of Kilian's, Love, Don't Be Shy. I only get like 5 hours out of it if I'm lucky. And so I'm always dubious about buying a Kilian because of that. The performance is another crapshoot, And this one does well, though. It really does. And it projects well too. And I don't want to beat a dead horse with a wet stick and talk about Amber Narguilé by Hermes for the 1000th time, but come on now. It's so good. This is the one that my husband adores, and he thinks it smells like a spiced apple pie. I agree, add a little boozy to it, and you've pretty much nailed Amber Narguilé. Oh, it's so pretty. It's cinnamon and honey and rum and caramel and tonka bean and vanilla and benzoin and coumarin and labdanum and sesame and white orchid, musk and tobacco. I don't really get a lot of tobacco, though. This is, to me, too close to gourmand to be considered a tobacco-y kind of a perfume. I need to put this in my purse because I like I said before, we move things around. So now my decant shelf is over there by the bookshelf. And so I am moving some of my decants in different areas so that I will remember to grab them and wear them. Because I have several of these. Several. And I'm telling you, that's kind of the way to go with Hermes. They ship to the US, at least they did pre-COVID. I'm sure they still do. But I get those 3, you get 3 of these in one, and I think it's like $160 or something for it, but you get to pick and choose, mix and match. The hubster loves it. What? He responds well to it. We'll leave it at that. Oh, performance is great. Love it. Unisex, formal, frisky, fun. It has it all. And I would wear this year round too. I have worn it cool summer nights. No problem. All right, next. And I couldn't have Amber Narguilé in there without having Wajon by Parfums de Marley. This is like the spicy, mature cousin to Amber Narguilé. Amber Narguilé to me is much more gourmand than Wajon, but they are really close with the vibe they give. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh man. So this is cinnamon and honey and osmanthus and benzoin, ambergris, labdanum, artemisia, tonka bean, vanilla, patchouli, and musk. And like I said, it is just the more formal, little classier, more sophisticated and spicier version to me of Amber Narguilé. I mean, they're nowhere close to being identical, but they do live on the same island. My deserted island. Ah, so pretty. Performance crazed. I have gotten easily 10 hours out of this, and that's in the winter. So, and that's all I wear. It's too spicy for me to wear in warmer months, even at night. I usually save Amber Narguilé for that time of year. So, next. And then we have the naughty little slut of the bunch. Sexual Healing by Art Meets Art. Oh, it is sexy. It's sexy to me. Very sexy. Very naughty. And risque. This is another scent for a Jezebel to wear. So I wear it with pride. Oh, It's honey, tobacco, vanilla, and spicy notes. I don't get a lot of spicy. This is just a very sexy honey perfume with a hint of tobacco in the dry down. I don't really get much else. I guess if there is a spice in there, it might be a hint of cardamom or something that's real light. Not a cinnamon. I don't get a real cinnamon or pepper or anything like that. Oh my God, it's so good. And performs really well for me. This one, I have been dying for it to get colder so I can wear it. I have worn it. I bought it in the summertime. I think it was summertime. Was it springtime? Whatever. But, and I didn't get to wear it a lot because not really appropriate for 90-degree weather. But now it's getting cooler. It's getting into the 50s, even down to the 40s. We've even had snow, you know, but now it's warming up. It's like in the 50s, but this is going to be perfect for this. I've whipped it out of my bedroom and put it back out here. So I remember to grab it and spray it and see how it does in the winter. But of course I can't wear this to work. No, no, no. This is not a formal perfume. This is fun and frisky frivolity. There should be some frisky in there because there's gonna be when people start smelling it on you. People might start getting a little sniffy around you. I love it. And I do think this is very unisex, but I don't think I'm going to try this on my husband. This isn't his style. This just isn't his style of perfume to wear. Besides, I'd be afraid of other women's reactions and some men. Oh, love it. So, sexual healing, art meets art. And how in the world would I have a honey list without Arabian Oud Kalamat in there? Yeah, I think that would be like a crime or something. I'm pretty sure I'd get arrested by the perfume police. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere. So, Kalamat, oh my God, Arabian Oud. Now I have Kalamat Black as well. And I actually wear Kalamat Black more often than I wear Kalamat because this is pretty intense. This is beast mode perfume for me. 10, 12 hours, pretty easy. Yeah, projects crazy for hours. So I'm usually pretty light on the trigger. I usually only wear one spray of this. I think I've worn 2 sprays a couple of times, but not very often. And, oh, love it. This stuff, this bottle is going to last me forever. Super good performer. Prices are mid-range. It is worth it. Unisex. Absolutely lovely. Going out, not a formal perfume. I think it's a bit much to go to a formal anything with it, but fun, frivolity, frisky, yes. Yes. This is blueberry and anise, cashmere wood, floral notes, rosemary, amber, honey, and musk. And I could swear there's a little oud in here. To me, it just has this sweet, a hint smoky, honey oud kind of a smell. It's like an exotic honey kind of perfume, whereas sexual healing's a naughty honey. This one is like an exotic one, like it came from Dubai and grabbed some of those aromas as it was being shipped to the US, you know. I mean, it just is beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh. Anyway, yeah. So that's that. I don't get the blueberry though. I will say that. I don't get the blueberry. And it was one of the reasons why I looked up Kalamat and during my blueberry phase. That's when I discovered it. And it was not what I expected, but in a good way. So yeah, next. Another one that had to be on a honey list, Xerjoff's Mom Luck. Oh, it's so good. This was my first Xerjoff. Oh, this is a naughty, very sophisticated, naughty kind of honey. It's honey, caramel, oud, jasmine, benzoin, osmanthus, amber, musk, vanilla, and bergamot. And this one to me doesn't smell like it has as much oud in it as Kalamat does. I don't know what's going on. But, I mean, you get it, but it to me is stronger in Kalamat. Oh, this is just beautiful. The honey and the jasmine, I think. Maybe the musk. I don't really know because I don't smell any white musk. It must be an animalic musk. But I think those three notes are what add the little bit of sexiness. This one isn't so much naughty like sexual healing. Sexual healing's blatantly naughty. This one's more subtle. This is more sexy than naughty, I think. Oh, it's so pretty. And it performs crazy. I mean, crazy. I have the miniature set, you know, the yellow boxes with all of them in there. I have this and that, and I think I'm getting close to getting done with it, but it performs like crazy. This is another one that I usually do 1 spray, sometimes 2. I will do 2 sprays on occasion if it's cool outside. Very unisex. I do think it's geared more towards cooler temperatures. And I think if you waited a couple hours to wear that sexy kind of tone down, you could wear this to formal occasions. But this is just, I don't even know if it's fun. It's almost too formal to be fun. It's more, what's a good word? Combination of formal and fun. Frummel? Fawn? Forn? Forn. It's forn. I love forn. Anyway, it's kind of a combination. It doesn't really, it's a little versatile in that regard, but at the same time, I'm really picky when I wear it. I really think about what occasion I'm wearing some of my sexy perfumes too, because I don't want to give off the wrong impression. Unisex, did I say that? Because it is exceptionally unisex. Performs really good. Did I say that? Shit. And last but not least, oh, Viktoria Minya Eau d'Angry. This is gorgeous. Oh, it's light. It's citrusy. It's sweet. I think this one is a little, will be interpreted as being a little on the feminine side. It's so pretty though, and nobody ever talks about it. It's honey and tokaji wine. I have no idea what that is or what it smells like. Jasmine, immortal, tonka, sandalwood, clove, musk, lemon, grapefruit, and labdanum. And this doesn't really have sexy to me. This is more fun, but it could be worn absolutely to a formal occasion because it's not beast mode or anything. It's sweet, it's floral. Oh, I don't really get a lot of boozy, but there's a hint of boozy in there. So that's why I'm saying you also can wear it to formal occasions. It's fairly linear. I don't get some big dry down or anything. And the clove, you know, I don't get the clove at all. This is just honey, boozy, floral, on the verge of being gourmand kind of a perfume. Gorgeous stuff. Viktoria Minya, man, her house needs more love because she really knocks out some really good perfumes. Hedonist, what? The only thing is the performance on Hedonist is just not that good for me. Unfortunately, this one does better, much better than Hedonist on its performance. And her prices are mid-range too. She is not a big spendy house. It projects well with 2 sprays for, I don't know, a couple hours. And then it does come a little closer, but it stays there. It doesn't become a skin scent for me. Love this stuff. All right, well, I tried to make it as quick as I could. And so that is it for my top 10 honey perfumes, along with 2 honorable mentions. So, all right, well, thank you for being here and putting up with all of this. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ding the bell and comment if you want. If you don't, It's all good. I still love you. I don't even know if that was in the same key. All right, use your own nose. Peace.